This is a beginner level lesson for Ho Hey by the Lumineers. To start off, I'm going to show you a riff using C and F that's repeated throughout the song, and then I'm going to show you the chorus. So to begin with, we're just playing two really small chords which are great for beginner level. You've only got to use a maximum of 2 fingers. To play these chords, the first one is a C chord. You've got your first finger on the first fret B string. The B string is the second thinnest string. You're also playing the G and the E string, so you're playing the thinnest 3 strings. That should sound like this. If this happens, that's because your first finger is laying over and touching the E string. If that happens, okay, to correct it, make sure that you're bending your first finger and that your first finger is only touching the B string. You can also move your first finger closer to the G string. Can you see there? I've moved my finger closer to the string above it. If you start off with a big gap above your first finger until you get to the next string, there's more chance that it's going to touch the thinner string. Also, make sure that you're sat with your left arm bent at a right angle like that. If you're straightening out your arm this way, your thumb is going to be a little bit higher up the neck like that, and that's going to make it harder to bend that first finger. If you look at my first finger now, it's wrapped underneath the neck like that. If I bend my arm a little bit, I'm able to slide my thumb down and get the finger on its fingertip. So that's your first chord, it's a C chord. Your next chord after that is an F chord. Now, the way to play this is get your second finger, put it on the string underneath where your first finger is. So it's pressing down the first fret on the E string. Your first finger stays in the same place as it did for your C chord. This is how your F chord should sound. We're still playing the thinnest 3 strings. Okay, that has got a slightly more complicated name. It's actually called F add 9 or F sus 2. We're just going to call it F for this song, okay, so it's easy to understand. So once you've got those 2 chords, all we're going to do is we're going to play them in a pattern. Now this pattern repeats throughout the song, so we can call it a riff. In the actual version of the song by the Lumineers, we're doing extra strums and stuff. We're only going to do 4 strums. The first 3 strums are on your C chord. Okay, and when we repeat that over and over again, we're going to put an F chord in right at the end, like this. So you can see we're playing a C chord most of the time, but then we're quickly putting our second finger on for an F chord. And that has the effect that you're going like that. So have a go at playing along with the little demonstration I just did there. What you should also practice is playing both of those chords 1 string at a time. Make sure that you've got 3 strings ringing. If you haven't quite got your C chord perfect yet and that E string is still like this, it's not going to sound perfect. See, it doesn't sound as good as... Alright, so look at the tab, repeat that throughout the song. Eventually we get to an A minor chord. To play A minor, it's exactly the same as C, but you need to get your second finger and we're going to put it on the 2nd fret. That's the 1st fret, this is the 2nd. So your second finger is going on the G string this time. It's the string that you've been playing, but open. So your second finger is on the G string at the 2nd fret. That's how it should sound. Try and keep your first finger in the same place and try not to move your thumb on the back. It should still be on the back of the neck like that. This is how A minor sounds. Okay, we're going to play that one twice. And then change to G. Now our G chord, it's the easiest one to play in this song. You've got your 3rd finger on the 3rd fret. That's easy to remember. 3rd finger 3rd fret, and it's on the E string. Still play the same 3 strings. So we just do 2 strums on A minor, 1 on G, and then you go back to the C and F riff. So make sure you're reading the tab. Have a look at how many times you play your C and your F part before you get to the A minor G part. You only play that A minor and G once, so it's important you look at that. Now, that keeps repeating throughout the song. When we get to the bit just before the chorus, you can hear him sing 1, 2, 3, I'm alone with you, and it goes into the chorus then. For this bit, all we're going to do is play a C chord and strum 4 times. And he actually strum when he sings 1, 2, 3. So strum when he sings those numbers. 2, 3, I'm alone with you, and then you're into the chorus then. So that's quite an important little detail to try and include. Now for your chorus, you're playing the same chords, we're just doing a different strumming pattern. You're starting on A minor, and we're going to strum each chord 4 times. Then G, and then C 8 times. So A minor, G, C. So practice each of those chords once, and then practice doing 4, 4, 8 strums. And now the last part of your chorus is almost the same again, A minor and G. But when we go back to the C and F riff. And that's how you can play the full chorus. So, to play this song, practice these individual parts on their own and then have a go at playing along with the track. If you find it quite difficult to play that riff to begin with, have a go playing along with this recording. And also make sure that when you're practicing these chords, you play them 1 string at a time as well. Okay, if you don't do that, you won't be entirely sure about your strings being clear when you're playing the song. Another little thing, whenever you're practicing a song, try not to look at both your hands when you're playing it. In this song, you're strumming the same 3 strings all of the time. So occasionally look and make sure that you're actually just hitting those G, B, E thin strings. When you're practicing it and playing it, you should really look at your fretting hand. That should stop this happening. If you ever find yourself looking and checking, if that ever happens, okay, then you need to be thinking about looking at one hand at a time. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed this lesson. I hope we found it helpful. As I said, there is a tab which goes along to this. The tab, if you're one of my guitar students, you should have the tab already. If you're just someone who wants to learn this song, like the video, subscribe to my channel, and I can send you the tab for it as well.